Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel. Welcome to Look Back, where I take a look at reviews that I did 1, 5, 10, and 20 years ago. And I tell you what I think about those games now, if I think about them at all. So let's jump back 20 years ago. I reviewed Big Top. It's a trick-taking game here based on Fantan from Ape Games. It looks nice. Well, it looks okay, I guess, but it's just not a very good game. 5.5. Bean Trader. You may never have heard of this. You probably heard of Bonanza, the card game from Uwe Rosenberg. Bean Trader is the board game based on this. Yeah, it didn't do very well at all, actually, and it's too long for what it is. It takes Bean Trader and just not as good, but it's not terrible, but it's a 6 out of 10. San Francisco. This is a game about rebuilding San Francisco after the Great Earthquake. Some nice ideas in here. 7 out of 10. All right, 10 years ago, I reviewed Shift, the single card CCG. Isn't that clever? A single card? I did not find it clever at all. 4 out of 10. Specs, with triple X's in it. It's not what you think. It's Yahtzee and Connect 4, sort of. You're rolling dice and then placing cubes on a board, trying to get 3 cubes together to score points. It's okay. 6 out of 10. Looks cool, though. Pillars of the Earth. Great game. It's faded a bit for me over time, but I still think it's very strong, and I think the expansion really helps. 8 out of 10. Stone Age. I actually considered making this one higher, but this is such a good game. You roll dice, and then you're placing workers in different spots, rolling dice to collect resources. 8 out of 10. Age of Empires 3, The Age of Discovery, or as they later renamed it, Discovery, Age of Empires. Wow, this game is fantastic. Worker placement. The workers are different kinds of workers, so they do different things depending where you put them. Area control, 9 out of 10. Coconuts. This is a game where you're launching coconuts at these cups. And, you know, this game has really had some long legs. People are still talking about it, playing it today. A 7 out of 10. Galapagos. This is, I don't know. I played this. I gave it a 6. I must have thought it was okay. I'm looking at it even now, and it's a very, very forgettable game, obviously. 5 years ago, I took a look at Noctiluca, and I really wanted to like this game. Beautiful dice and everything. I found it to be incredibly dull. 4 out of 10. Passing Through Petra. I was very excited about this game. I love the theme of Petra and everything. And you're putting these tiles in a row and then manipulating them, and that's all the game is. It's not very good. 5 out of 10. Moria. This is a DLP, a game from DLP, but manipulating cards and things. There's some interesting concepts, and then it just falls apart with randomness. 5 out of 10. Meowie. Cats Fishing. The game's actually pretty good and some nice graphic production. 7 out of 10. Haven, a 2-player game from Ryan Laukatt's company, but Alf Siegert is the designer. This is a nice back and forth, kind of between a city and the forest. 7.5. And then Counterfeiters. I actually forgot about Counterfeiters until I just looked at it here now. I like this combination. Another Ian O'Toole production, as you're counterfeiting, worker placement, a little back and forth. A small game, but really enjoyable. 8 out of 10. Last year, I reviewed Ole Guacamole, a word game where you're putting down cards and saying words that don't have any of the letters out there. It also comes in a small avocado. 6 out of 10. Make the Difference here. So Make the Difference. This is a game I'm looking it up right now because I suddenly completely forgot. Oh yes, this is for Oink. Make the Difference is a game in which you have all these lines, a little picture, and you draw some more lines on it, and then people have to guess what the difference is. It's pretty hard, but a great little kid's game. Flashpoint, South China Sea, feels like a mini Twilight Struggle, and that's a good thing. 8 out of 10. Hegemony, lead your class to victory. Whew! This giant game, which turned out to be one of the critical darlings from last year, and people who like it love it. I like it. It's a smidge, maybe more than a smidge, too long for me, but it's fascinating, asymmetrical, great game. 8 out of 10. And then Dice Manor. This is a Dice Tower Essential, a game in which you're rolling dice and using those dice to go to different spots on the board, kind of like the Las Vegas game, but you're again collecting tiles and giving tours of your buildings that you build. In 8.5. So there you go, folks. Those are reviews I did 1, 5, 10, and 20 years ago. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Tom Vasel. We'll see you next time.